Hey, what's up, guys? Berube here, sales commander, and wanted to ask you a question. Ask yourself, actually. I mean, that makes more sense. Ask yourself, what's standing in the way of you doing what you're supposed to do, doing your prospecting calls? What's standing in the way of you being consistent? The reason why I thought of this and why I'm shooting this video is because I had a coaching client I was just talking to. Today's Wednesday. For the first 3 days this week, she's had her plan, okay? And you might be able to relate. She's ready to crush it. She feels good. She has a consequence set up, okay? It's a small consequence, and we'll get to that later. But she has a consequence set up if she doesn't do her lead generation, if she doesn't follow her schedule, okay? And following your schedule, well, that's a whole nother thing. You're never going to follow your schedule 100%. So what I go by is, if you hit your schedule 75%, then you are one of the top producers. You are doing exceptionally well if you can stick to your schedule 75%. So she asked me, she said, Jay, what is going on? Why am I not consistent? Why am I not following my schedule? I asked her this question. I said, give me the top 3 things. What are the top 3 things that are standing in your way or that have interrupted you this week so you didn't stay on your schedule? What does that look like? And I have a general idea what the answer is because it's usually always the same 1, 2, or 3 answers. But the reason I ask is because we all have to do self-discovery. If I just feed her the answer, then, it might be wrong. And, what good does that do her? If she's able to come up with the answer, it's much more powerful. So she thought about it and she said 2 days this week, I just kind of slept in. I said, okay. And then the other day, she just had interruptions get in the way. Okay, well, that's what we were talking about in the first place. You were being interrupted. It wasn't a priority. So this is where we went in the conversation. And this is painful, okay, for her, not for me. But trust me, I don't like to do this, but it's my job. Because my job is to give her, I don't know, somebody says straight talk. I don't like straight talk. I don't like those words together, but no bullshit. How's that? So my job is to give her no bullshit coaching and training and to tell her the truth. That's what we want, right? We want the truth. You can't handle the truth. All right. So anyway, most people can't, but people that work with me can because, they get it. They know what I'm like. And I come from a sincere place. So I said, okay, listen, it sounds like, and tell me your thoughts, but it sounds like prospecting wasn't a priority. Following your schedule was not a priority. And she has other things going on in life, like big things. So I don't minimize that at all. And we all have big things going on in life, don't we? We can all let anything distract us. Think about this. What's extremely important to you now will not be important to you or as important to you 6 months from now, okay? Minimized problems. A problem is only as big as we are currently feeling it. So this too shall pass, right? We get through things. So she's dealing with some personal things and also some money issues. And I said, listen, you need to make money, right? And she said, yeah, absolutely. I know I need to crush it. I need to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I said, okay, is it more powerful to move towards pleasure or away from pain? She said, away from pain, bar none. I said, okay, so what kind of pain do you have set up? Not just if you don't do what you're supposed to do, then these other things in your life will continue or they won't get better, but what is your consequence? What's your negative consequence if you don't prospect, if you don't stick to your schedule? Well, the small accountability that we put in place was not big enough, and that was to send, I think, like 10 pizzas to a past client or something like that. It was probably $100 or $200 worth of consequences, which wasn't big enough. So I said to her, I will hold you accountable, but I want you to raise the bar. If you don't stick to your schedule at the level that you're supposed to, make it 20 pizzas. Make it 30, 40, 50, 100. How many? How many is that for you? How many pizzas will it take for you to stick to your schedule? And I'm not just talking about this person right now. I'm talking about you and you and you and you and me. Because we're all this way. Life happens, okay? You are not going to stick to your schedule all the time. But if you can hit it at 75%, you're ahead of most people out there. Well, now you're saying, Jay, but it's tough because my mindset gets in the way and I get all these distractions. Yeah, dude, I get it. I get distracted too. But you know what I do when I get distracted? I practice. What do I practice? I practice getting back in the mindset that my job to feed my family, to do what I'm supposed to do, is right over there. It's right over there. It's at that computer, okay? My job is to prospect over there. See, now I have the lights in the way and all that stuff. All right, there, that seems to be a little bit better. My job is to prospect. My job is to generate leads. My job is to coach agents. Like, this is my job. I have to lead a team. And if I don't do these things, if I don't show up, what's going to happen? I'm going to get fired. So you have to start thinking about it that way. Are you going to get fired? You're going to fire yourself? Because we are our own employers. So consistency is important. So I ask you the question again. For you, how many pizzas is it going to take in order to stick to your schedule? 10, 20, 100? Boom. Drop a note. How many pizzas in the comments? See you next time. Jay Berube, Sales Commander, out.